Sorry, you guys.
Literally have hoodies.
Yeah.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Is that our MVP money?
No. All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Noah Olis. This is Max Adams. This is Daniel Parisi and Aiden Molinaro, and we are Hoodie Bites. So our basic problem is addiction. Many addicts around the world die every year from drugs, alcohol. It ruins people's lives, and we just want to solve this problem. But our problem is with Aiden. He is actually an addict. And no, he's not addicted to alcohol or drugs. He's addicted to chewing on his hoodie strings. Yes. So here's an example of Aiden's hoodie strings. They all get all torn up. They're all messed up. He's got to spend lots of money to buy new hoodies. And so we thought, do other kids have this problem? He came into class chewing on his hoodie strings, like, what's up with this guy? So we walked around the high school, saw many kids chewing on pencils. Gum is a big, people consume gum a lot in the high school, and fingernails. So we thought, maybe we could make a product out of this. And so what we have came up with is a chewable sweatshirt string attachment that is made out of silicone, and it is 100% FDA approved. And as of now, we are making it by using this mold, pouring in our silicone fixture, and it cools for about 24 hours, and then it comes out, and we have it flavored with Splenda, which is kind of the stuff that they put in mouth guards. It comes out flavored, so.
Alright, when we were looking at our market, we decided, since we saw Aiden Davis, and he is a high school student, that's who we were going to target first. So what we are focusing on right now is high school students. We are currently focusing in Cook and Lake County. However, eventually we want to expand. Also, we are mostly focused on boys. That is because as we walked around the high school, we noticed mostly guys wear hoodies a lot more than girls do. However, there are occasional exceptions. And to start, we want to start in Illinois. However, as we start growing, we want to grow into the colder states, which is the northern part of the United States, that being Wisconsin, Minnesota, and North and South Dakota. So our total addressable market, this is all students in the United States. So that is 15.1 million people. Our serviceable addressable market, however, is just high school boys in Lake and Cook County, so that is 465,000 people. Currently, we only have two competitors, one being Hoodie Chews. They are from the UK, but the reason that what sets us apart from them is that ours is flavored, and also theirs is much bigger than ours, making it look a lot more boxy and less attractive. And then also, there are chew sticks, but that is mainly focused more towards people with like autism around that route, and it's very big, so we don't think that that would appeal to high schoolers as much as ours. And that comes to why us, as I touched on before, the one thing that sets us apart is that we are flavored, and there's nothing else like that. And also, this is pretty much a new market. The Hoodie Chews, those are not very big. They're a very small market, like a very small product, and not many people really know about it. So we want to get very public with this and really start a trend. Our current channels, we are starting with face-to-face sales just to begin with. However, as we grow, we want to get into retail stores and gas stations such as Shell, Jewel, stuff like that around Barrington.
Hi, I'm Aiden. I'm going to be taking you guys over some of the numbers with the financials and for our customer interviews. First, our customer interviews. 85% of the people that we interviewed, which was 34 out of the 40, said that they would buy this product, and 82% of those 34 said that they would buy it for $5. Our sales, we already have a pre-order list of 116 names and emails. Oh, okay. Back arrow. There we go. Okay. We already have a pre-order list of 116 names and emails. We don't have the ability to be able to mass produce the product. So once we get a manufacturer, we can email all those people and say, we have our product and we're ready to sell it to you. Oh, and we're selling our product for $5 for 2 Hoodie Bites, which is 1 unit. Our COGS per unit, 2 Hoodie Bites, for right now, for us making them, cost approximately 75 cents per unit. This is with the silicone and the flavoring. Also, we do have some difficulty getting out of the mold, so that also ups the cost. That gives us a great gross margin percentage of 87%. So in our first year, we're projecting that we're going to sell 2,750 units. This is with a 3-month break period because no one really wears hoodies in the summer, unless something crazy happens with the weather. But this will equate to $13,250 in revenue, and when you subtract the COGS from it, it's $9,350 in net income. We predict 100% growth of these sales up to year 4. This is from going into more high schools, for instance. This is just in our high school in the first year, and then we can get into, let's say, Friend, Palatine, other high schools, and then when we expand to retail stores, years 2 through 4. So in our 4th year, we're projecting 21,200 units. This will equate to $106,000 in revenue and $34,848 in net income. This is because we had to add SG&A costs into there for selling costs to retail stores, so we have to sell it to them for less of a price because we're selling in bulk. This also goes with the 100% growth, and then we're going to sell in year 4. That's our exit strategy, and our net income exit multiple will be 3.
Okay, and last time we talked to you guys for our MVP, we were trying to test the flavoring to see how long it would last and how we would flavor it. The manufacturing, how long it would take us to actually make these, and if it was plausible to mass produce them, doing it ourselves, and our distribution. How much would it cost to actually ship these to open up an online store where we could send them to individual people? And here's what we found out. The flavoring, we found through Shock Doctor, that they use a Splenda mixture to flavor their mouth guards. So we decided to try a Splenda flavoring, but we couldn't get our hands on something that was like a fruit flavor that we wanted. So we tried using Kool-Aid. This actually worked very efficiently. So we soaked them with Kool-Aid, the flavor lasted, tasted good, and we are going to try to create our own flavoring through the manufacturers after this. That brings me to our next point, manufacturing. It took us roughly 24 hours to create these just because we had to wait for them to cure and then extrude them, which meant we had to break the mold and everything, and it was just not very cost effective. I mean, if we're making new molds every time we want to make a product, I mean, it doesn't make sense. So we want to find a manufacturer so that we can make a one-time deal for a part and then pay for that in bulk. And then this brings me to my next point, which is distribution. For distributing this product would be very expensive to send it to each person. I mean, it would be double the cost. I mean, they'd be paying for a Hoodie Bite and then they'd be paying for the shipping, which would be $5 to $10 depending on where it's going to. And we thought if we can ship them in bulk to a distributor like Sweet Spot, which is right up the road, or Shell, or any gas station around here, we could sell them to the teenagers still, but they didn't have to pay for that shipping cost, which would end up doubling the price.
So we are asking for $13,000 for 25% of our company. This will pay for the manufacturer and the equipment needed, or the equipment that the manufacturer needs, which is going to total around $6,000. An NDA for the manufacturer, which is $175,000. Our design patent, which obviously down the road will be $3,000. And the IRR will be 41.9%, and the money multiple when we exit in year 4 will be 3.4%, or 3.4.
We are Hoodie Bites, and we want to save the hoodie string.
Is this really a problem?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My little brother is exactly this, so I'll be letting him know.
I gotta tell you, Noah told me about this idea early on. I don't know if I was as direct as I'm gonna be right now. I thought it was like the weirdest idea. Like, seriously? People, I didn't even recognize it as a problem or even as an opportunity, but you're starting to convince me, and I'm seeing it a little bit.
116 pre-orders?
Yeah,
That's
and 84% of the people saying it.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for $5, but still, it's over 100 pre-orders.
Yeah.
And does it slip over, or, how do you?
Oh yeah, it sits right on the egglet. It's called the egglet.
Well, the silicone, it's really it's really flexible, so it even fits on zippers. Like we've tried it on these zippers and it works.
You know what I might think about just slightly pivoting. So the whole idea about wearable technology, like the smartwatch and everything, I wonder if there's the same kind of new category about wearable
Fidget buster, fidget.
Wearable edibles or things you eat, you know, like, well,
Move on.
yeah, but
Maybe we do want to shut that off.
Yeah.
Just teasing, I'm just teasing.
How long does the flavor stay in the wrap thing?
We're actually planning for it to stay for about 2.5, 3 weeks, something around there, and then you can.
Do they pay another $5 for the new one?
Yeah, they come in packs, so it lasts about 3 weeks, and then you'd have to buy another pack.
And just to branch out, I know you're looking at high school students, but also, I don't know if this is in your realm, but like younger kids, babies who teeth, like they could put something on their clothes and then chew on that instead. Because I have a little niece and she just puts everything in her mouth, so.
I mean, we were thinking about that. We are also thinking about middle school students because middle schoolers, they love fads.
Yeah, like anything
It goes
quick
through
and
the
easy,
school,
yeah.
but the thing about babies is a huge liability.
Yeah.
In case one came out and they did choke on it,
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
personally, I don't know how, like, to do any of that. But
Yeah.
I think we could, possibly figure it out. Thank you.
I think the middle school is interesting. I want to just go back on your multi-pack. So you said they're $5 a pair, but you sell them, are you open to selling? Are you selling them in multi-packs so people are buying more than one pair?
I mean, we haven't really thought about it, but that's definitely, like,
Yeah.
something that we were gonna
Yeah.
try to do. If we
I'd
can,
suggest it be something you consider and/or think about how you're going to be getting the repeat customer. If you're going to try to get them to go back to the place, if you're going to put your website in
Mhm.
so that they know how to get more of them.
Is there something about the product that makes it so that I see you guys, I see you chewing on your hoodie string, I know you're chewing on something that's not, that like you put it on there? Is it invisible to me watching you
Oh,
eat? Or?
it's not really invisible, but it's not like huge, like we said, with the hoodie chews, like it's really big. Like theirs is like this long, ours is around this long, it fits right over the end of it. So it's really easy to grip and pop off too, but you don't just want to be chewing on it and have it pop off and go down your throat. So you hold it so you can pop it off.
I guess the point I'm getting at is, will the product in fact be its own marketing? Because it's,
Someone says,
you know, like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what's
Yeah.
that? I
Yeah.
want
Yeah,
that.
they're definitely visible. If I'm walking down the
Okay.
hallway and I see a student with them on, like, I can definitely tell, like, what is that?
But it's not like obnoxiously like large and like.
Yeah, right.
do you have any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
There's a mix-up, so I couldn't bring any. It was just.
And also, kind of in our testing phases.
You have them though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust, the mix-up people trust, right?
No, we definitely have them.
Okay.
We have presented them before.
Okay.
How do you flavor the silicone?
Oh, you just take a quick squirt of the flavoring and you just mix it up because it's silicone blend basically, and you just squirt the flavoring in there. You don't want it to get too liquidy, so you add some.
So you mean
like
before the things form?
Yeah.
So then you just stir it and it comes.
Because it comes as a liquid, it's 2 different mixtures, and you need 10 for every one of the mixtures, like the 2. And so as you're pouring it in, you just mix it in the.
Silicone's a food grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same material that they use on a Camelback water bottle, on the mouthpieces, and those are really satisfying to chew on. That's kind of where we got the idea.
And can you make these yourself, like in your kitchen, until you find a manufacturer?
Yeah, it's just difficult to do. It takes a while because there's the problem with air bubbles, and it takes a while to just get the the whole product in there. So that's why we want to find a manufacturer. So
Yeah.
we're not taking like our whole afternoon because we have school, we're teenagers, and we're not taking our whole afternoon just to make 1 or 2. We want to get a manufacturer so that they can make, let's say,
How many hours in the kitchen have you spent trying to make it faster, cheaper, better?
Well, me personally, I've been making the product. I've spent, I don't know if I can count, probably, I want to say 10 hours or something like that, just making the product. So it is difficult to make. That's why we need to get a manufacturer.
The thing is too, if you don't have the perfect mixture, let's say it's a 10-to-2 ratio or 1-5 ratio where you mess up the ratio, it'll come out flat, like it won't form. So I mean, some of them we just had to kind of throw away.
Could we just go back to the, like what you're using the money for?
Manufacturer, NDA, and design.
So, where's the inventory?
That's included in the manufacturer.
Yeah.
cost.
Okay, what is, how many units do you plan on?
I think we're thinking about 1,000. That's right.
1,000 testers?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the product cost? Would you
Oh,
estimate?
it's 75 cents per unit, which is 2.
And then, did that include packaging?
The manufacturing costs do, they said they package it for us.
They'll package it for
Yeah.
you.
And is that, how much of that is setup versus kind of the per unit cost of making the material? I'm just trying to do the math on whether you'll make money on 6,000 that you're spending for the manufacturer. If you make 1,000 units
Yeah,
and you're selling them for $5 a unit,
we will not make, I think it'll be 2,500, we will not make
Yeah.
the first shipment.
Yeah,
Okay.
the main cost though, they need to make a part for it, like a brand new part.
right, that's why,
Yeah,
so it's setup,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, so I think in a few.
Well, if it costs 75 cents to make it, you're making 1,750 of that. Is that the right math? Is for
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah.
product?
Okay.
What are you guys doing for, I guess, marketing right now?
Well, right now, we've been talking with a lot of people, we have pre-orders, and, I mean, honestly, the word's been getting around, like, I've had kids come up to me that I don't even know, say like, hey, like, are you a part of the Hoodie Bites group, like, when are those available? And it's really just been spreading, it's a lot of face-to-face right now. And-
Yeah, because I just tried to look for you guys online, I couldn't find a lot, and so I was trying to see if you guys have
Yeah.
online presence. Because I think, your opening of this presentation where you go the addiction route and you immediately jump to, this scary drugs kind of thing and switch it to this very funny, chewing on hoodies thing, that kind of brand thing, if you throw that out there, that, just idea, it's gonna take off. It's comical, you can make videos where it's, if you take the comical aspect of it. And I think you guys having an online presence, Facebook and Twitter, is going to be very huge for you guys, especially with the market you're trying to target.
Especially if you want to be a fad as well, you
Yeah.
definitely need an online social media
You're
presence.
gonna
for
need
that.
that viral presence,
Mhm.
and that's the way to do it. Create this, 60-second video, I think you guys should do something like that, and show this product and kind of this, dynamic that you guys have. I can tell as a group, you guys are definitely a fun group together. You guys enjoy this, you guys seem like funny, outgoing guys, use that to your advantage.
Have you tested anything in the middle school or elementary school? Or did you focus on high school and?
Yeah, I actually have a sister in elementary school, and not elementary school, middle school. And she thinks it's a great idea, and all of her friends and everything, they agree too, that it's something that could definitely, and she's a girl too, and she's on a target market, but she said she could absolutely see
I
it.
would encourage you to have 4 or 5 different target markets and then see which one you get the best results in. Intuitively, it feels like the younger the better.
Yeah.
To me, that at some point in time, it's not cool to chew on your I don't know when that is.
I think it's when you're 40.
It's 40?
40 and over.
So how are you planning on getting, to market? I mean, you mentioned the candy store in town. How are you gonna access other stores that would, sell for you?
Well, we've tried reaching out to the Shell in Barrington, but we actually need to go through the corporate offices and everything and get approved to put it through. So we wanted to work on that once we found the manufacturer, because then we can actually show them the final product and actually what it is.
What are you guys' plans for next year, and how committed are you for
I mean,
continuing?
we're pretty committed in the business, like, we've had a lot of talk, we went to the World Series of Entrepreneurship in the city and presented there, and we've got some interest from some outside investors. We have a meeting next week with a potential investor, and so we're seeing where that route takes us. We also, we're not sure if we're like 100% interested in, as for next year, but we definitely want to take the business, further.
What does that mean? So you're committed to the business, whether or not you want to take the class next year is what you're not.
Yeah.
Is that a better way to say it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna grow this business, with or without?
Oh, yeah.
And we're one option,
Yeah.
but you have other options.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
okay.
That's great.
Thank you.
Good to have options.
Last point right here, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that impactful, but I think it's really part of a confection play, like a candy play, that I didn't hear enough of that in the presentation about the novelty sweets market and, you know, like what that looks like and how many new products are launched every year, but there's a bunch of them. Like, for example, Wrigley has a division that I think they launch 35 new types of candies every year, and only 7 of them make it, 28 fail, and they just experiment with it. Like the tape gum came out of that incubation model, or Big League Chew came out of that. Those are these little bets that they make, and some work and some don't. And I'm sure people thought it's weird and Big League, you know, maybe Big League Chew not, but there's some weird candy out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.